Hi everyone, I'm Monique with Open Gate Quilts, and today I'm going to show you how to put the block one of our Around Town quilt along together. This is block one, and each month you're going to get a block from a different shop, but we're going to start with Open Gate Quilts, which is us, and we're going to do number one. So let's get started. So when you get your block one, if you've ordered the finishing kit, you will get that as well. This is the finishing kit, which includes your outer border, your inner border, which is the same fabric as your sashing, and your binding. If you didn't order it, you can either order it on opengatequilts.com or one of the stores that is doing this along with us and get your finishing kit. Month one comes like this in a little package. It has all your fabric that you need for the first block, and this of course is from us, Open Gate Quilts. You also get the instructions, and in your instructions I included a couple of things. First of all, I included the cover sheet that shows you the quilt and the pertinent information, size, etc. Then you're also going to get a SKU sheet which tells you what fabrics are what, so that every time you get a block, you'll make sure that you have the correct fabrics in the correct position. So that you're included. You'll get month one instructions. And then I also included in the package your finishing instructions. And the reason I included that is that so you have it all ready for when you're ready to finish. And the next 6 months, you will just get the instructions from the shop. I gave you a big sleeve for this so that you could put all your instructions in there and keep them nice and have them all together. Another thing that I did for you so that you have a little bit of storage, you can put in your little bag here, you put your, once you've cut everything, you can put it in here and keep it all together, and you can even store your block in here when you're done so that as you go along you're organized and keep it all together. These are really nice to have, so anytime you get any kind of zipper bags like this, I would keep them for any kind of block of the month or quilt that you're doing so that you can have it. Okay, that's what you get in your kit when it comes to your house. If you have any questions or anything, please let us know, opengatequilts.com. And next, I'm going to show you how to put your block together. Once you're ready to put your block together, you're going to want to get your instructions out and do your cutting first. There are some diagrams on some of the cutting, so take note of that. Once everything is cut, then what you can do is you can start piecing. I'm going to show you some of the ways, the different things that are pieced, and most of it is flip corners. So once you get the knack of that, it's pretty simple. I'm going to start with the windows first, and the door is done the same way. So you'll have a 2 1/4 by 2 1/2 inch piece for your window, and you're going to take the square of your burgundy flower and you're going to draw a diagonal line from corner to corner. When you do this, you want to make sure that the 2 1/2 goes this way and the 2 1/4 go this way. You're going to line this up, sew on the line and press it out, and then you're going to do the same thing for the other side. Now normally when you do flying geese, it's a 1/4 inch seam, but because we want a little bit extra, we are doing a 1/2 inch seam. So you put those on, and then you take your pink squares and you do the same thing. You're going to line this up and you're going to sew from corner to corner. When you sew from corner to corner, and when you're doing flip corners, the best thing to do is to go in on the outside of your line just a little bit so that you make sure that it's big enough for this piece to make it fit correctly. So you're going to go sew on the line, just a little bit in, do the same thing for the other side, and you get your first window. Then to finish it off, you're going to take your sill piece and you're just going to sew it on there. Remember, these do not include your 1/4 inch, so it looks a little bigger than mine. That's because we're going to take off a 1/4 inch for that. So that's how you do your windows, and that's how you do your doors. So it's all the same thing. Once you have those all done, then what you'll do is you're going to sew these together into pieces, and then you're going to have your sashing pieces of your house here, and then you want to make sure that you put this on the sides, and this is all in the instructions, but just giving you little tips on it. You're going to put those on the side, and then you're going to put the roof on. The roof is done the same way as the windows. You do draw your diagonal line, sew on the line just a little bit out on it, press out, and trim the bottom 2 layers. So there you've got your house. The house, once the house is done, then you're going to start on your trees. We're going to start on the tall tree first, and there's 2 different kinds of units in the tall tree. They're really not difficult. It's just the same way. The top one is a flying geese. Same way we did the windows. You're going to draw your diagonal line, sew on the line, and press it out, and you will have a 1/4 inch seam on the back. Trim out your bottom 2 layers. The next piece is actually pretty simple because you don't even need to worry about them crossing. They're actually going to fit right on here. Same thing. Draw your line, sew on the line, and press out. The reason I did this is so that I would have a little bit of a flat edge at the top. So once you sew this on here, you're going to get it to fit like that. So you're going to have a little flat edge. Okay? Now for the short tree. The short tree is actually done the same way, except you're going to be piecing your rectangles. Instead of having one solid piece, you're going to have different pieces. And again, the instructions tell you sizes, they tell you how to put it together, but I just wanted to show you that for these pieces, you're going to have a little gap in there, and you're going to, again, sew, press out, and sew and press out, and you will get that piece here. This one is done the same way as the flying geese. You just have your pieces, and you put your square on that's drawn diagonally once and press out. Then you're just going to sew with your trunks. The stair part, you're just going to take your pieces and add your little squares of green, and then you have one straight piece. You put this together and you sew it to your green for your grass. After you have your trees, your house together, you're going to add your grass part. The last thing is you're going to add your 1/4 square triangles. These are included in the whole quilt, so you want to make sure that you master this part before you get on to the next section. Really easy, not to worry. What you'll do is you're going to sew together your squares that you cut diagonally twice, which is the 4-inch squares. You're going to sew them together, but I did oversize them, and the reason I oversized them is so that they will be all the same size. So let me quickly show you how you can square it up. If you have the Fit to Be quarter ruler, this works really well, but if you don't, you can just use this line here. We're squaring it to 3 inches. You're going to trim those, rotate it around, and you're going to again line up at the 3, And there you go. So now you've got your quarter square triangles. So you're going to need this throughout the quilt, so you just go ahead and make it. I tell you exactly how to put it together. Then once you have your block done, which includes your quarter square triangles, all you need to do is wait for next month. So that's how you put together your block 1. You're going to go all the way to here, so you're going to have that all done and ready. Next month we're going to be doing block 2, and this is from Thimbles Quilt Shop, so you will get this from Thimbles, and they are also going to do a video on how to put it together. So again, if you have any questions, you can check it out at opengatequilts.com. If you haven't ordered the kit yet, there's still time. You can get that as well on opengatequilts.com. And we also have finishing kits there. So if you have any questions, let us know, and I hope you enjoy. Bye.